Hey, what's up guys, Tim here with the Go Cards YouTube channel, and today we're doing the deck profile for what I played yesterday at the Newport Regional. Finished X1 at 5th place, so I got the playmat, but I played Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc, so let's just jump into the deck profile. So we'll start with the main deck. Played 3 Turquoise Warbler, 3 Cobalt Sparrow, 3 Barrel Canary, 3 Sapphire Swallow, 2 Wagtail, and 3 Bird Call. So I'm still a big advocate for the heavy bird package, just because I think it lets you play the most games, even when you sort of have like the less optimal hands, because like pairing up 2 birds is generally really good. 3 Canary, a lot of people play 2. I really think this is a free of because it's so good going second. I only won 2 dice rolls yesterday, so this was obviously insane, being able to make Zeus and stuff. 3 Swallow, again, people playing 1 or 2, but like I said, it bridges the hands together, so I think it's worth playing. Wagtail, this card's terrible, honestly. Like, it's definitely the worst of the birds. I have been playing 3, but I cut it to 2 for this weekend, and I didn't miss the third at all. It's what you brick on, it's the bird you brick on the most, and then 3 Bird Call, obviously, because it's any of the birds. And then for the Tri-Brigades, it's 3 Fractal, 3 Nerval, 1 Kit, 1 Keras, and 1 Tenki. Nothing crazy, just the standard Tri-Brigade lineup. You need them for the grind, they're really good, so. Avian for the smoke target. Still don't want to play Barrier Statue. I think Avian's just better against every matchup. Because you don't always finish with double Dragon Laws to protect the statue, so Avian's just generally better because it's such a big body itself. And being able to like summon this multiple times off the Simorglink is just so much better than being able to just float a Barrier Statue for like 1 turn maybe. Then for hand traps, I don't really like hand traps this format, so I just played 1 Crow and 3 Imperm. The Crow is obviously searchable and it's a level 1 bird, so it bridges some combo gaps. And this one, my biggest fear is the PK deck with the Artifact Scythe, so this helps against that sometimes, you know, being able to Crow the Scythe, stop the combo, then play on. And Imperm for... I like this one more than any other hand trap because you can draw it going second and it's the 6th card, so like if you drew Ash or something, for the 6th, it would be a dead card, but Imperm can still like play to bait and negate. And this doesn't play into Talents, which I think is huge right now, because Talents is just such a scary card. Because, you know, if you get Talents and they look at your hand, you're going to lose. So, just those for hand traps. We did play 2 Board Breakers. I played 2 Dark Ruler no more. It seems really scuffed to play 2, but I wanted to keep the deck at 40 to try and maximize consistency. So I just played 2 of this. I know it's really wrong to play 2 of, but the third's in the side. I played a Cool Buy and a Cosmic. This was... Cool Buy is like really good going first because hand traps are starting to get more popular again. So this can help you to force through some hands. And against the Scythe combo, you know, it hits the Scythe, so obviously it's very nice. 1 Cosmic. A lot of people are not respecting Mystic Mine. So it might be that like in my testing or whatever, I've been like sort of ahead of the curve in preparing for that. So a lot of the time, you know, if they can play a Mystic Mine into your bird board, you will just lose because you don't main deck an out. So that's why I think it's very important to main deck 1 Mystic Mine out, and Cosmic's the best one instead of Imperial Order, because this can also hit Artifact Scythe going second into the PK deck, which I think is huge, and also being able to out like there can only be 1 and stuff like that. I think it's really important. So yeah, just the 1 Cosmic. It's not, you don't want to draw this like consistently. You just basically want it for when your opponent has the Mystic Mine. And then against the PK deck, it means we had like 3 outs to the Scythe combo. And if they singular Scythed, we had 6 outs. So it was quite decent. That was the sort of theory on it. Basically, it made the matchup more playable, slightly more winnable than it would be otherwise. Then 1-1 for 1, just because it's really crazy, sort of like a combo extender / starter sometimes. 3 Talents. This card's kind of weird, but I really like it. I think it's so powerful when you resolve it that I think it's like warranted to play. Going second into boards, being able to like against like the Sword Soul board and stuff like that, being able to either draw 2 or take the floor to play into the last back row or whatever, it's really strong. And obviously going first, your opponent can have a hand trap, they can draw you or whatever, but your talents look at the hand and then they're probably going to lose anyway because you just put up in a game and take their starter. It's a really, really strong card. And then 1 Oath for the big combo. Again, a lot of people have been counting this, but I still think it's kind of necessary so you don't lose to Dark Ruler, because it's really hard to like pick. It's sort of like a pick your poison thing. You don't play this and you're better into hand traps because your deck is bricking less and you can play like Desires and stuff. But if your opponent's playing Ruler, then you don't play this, you get crushed, so it's just kind of awkward. It's not horrible to draw, it's obviously not good to draw, but it has some synergy. There's some cool plays where you can double avian them and stuff like that with this in some combos. It's easy side out as well. I think it's just an okay card. Yes, 40 in the main. Nothing really to... Obviously things change over the formats or like variation. But yeah, we'll jump into the extract. So play free recital. I'm still a big advocate for free because you'll see on the side that this is sort of part of the game plan of how we're going to win against PK and the mirror going second. One ensemble for the like best combos. I always try and end on this because I think the floating effect to be able to add back Canary or Warbler is insane. It just gives you a lot of grind, and I always sort of try to play the longest games of Yu-Gi-Oh possible. Even though I'm playing a combo deck, just because I feel like if I'm playing like really optimally, I'm not making any mistakes. The longer it goes, my opponent can have sort of like have the better cards, but I can play, if I'm playing better and I can take it a longer game, then I'll win by just like out-resourcing them sort of thing. Then the Utopic cards for the combo. Assemble Nightingale for Zeus and Downerd. This is again part of the reason for the siding plan. So yeah, succeeds. And then links to Omen for the Tri-Brigade stuff, one for the combo, one for the follow-up. One Fairy. I actually really want two of this because against like Invoked and stuff, you bin this off their Maximus and you get a draw card, so that's kind of nice. To try and dig into like the Cosmic or Ruler out sort of thing to the window. So I'm kind of considering playing two of this, but there's not really much to cut apart from you could like cut a third recital for one of these, but I like free recital a lot, so I'm not sure yet. Then some more because it's crazy. Double Dragon Lords, again, it's an important piece of the combo, as is most of the extra. You go for like 9 cards in the first turn. Then one Almirage for when your hand is mostly Tri-Brigade cards. If you have like Kit and then like Warbler Sparrow, this is a combo, so it's worth playing, even if it's... Actually, I had a really... this was really important yesterday. I was playing a Sword Soul, and he had a Blackout set. And obviously, I made Almirage, made Assembled, and he can't black out this because it'll protect itself. But he could black out the Downerd. But with this up, he can't black out because I just chain it and protect the Downerd, then I can make the Zeus anyway. And then you just sort of win from there. So that's one of the big reasons to play Almirage as well, is just forcing through Zeus's in main phase 2. So yeah, side deck. Side deck's like nothing particularly crazy. It's mostly just sort of like auto win type cards. So it's free Featherstorm and Imperial Order for when we go first. Order's obviously just a win button against all the spell stuff. And Harpy's Featherdorm is just Dark Ruler, but it's Azathoth really, isn't it? For monster effects. So really, really strong. That's why I didn't go first against like basically everything. Just because like you can have like half a combo in this and you win, you can have half a combo in this and you win with that as well. So it's just sort of like it's blowout power cards, isn't it? Then for going second, we had free Lightning Storm. This is for going second into like back row decks and stuff like that. Free Lightning Storm, 2 Cosmic, a Duster, and a Reboot. Reboot's insane. I had a lot of games yesterday. It was just really, really clutch into like Eldritch and the Invoke deck. I know like it's not necessarily right to side this again in against Invoke, because if they have Meltdown up, you can't do it on Schism, but I'm also trying to hit there can only be one in punishments and stuff like that, so I can play. So I'll take the risk that they have Meltdown, and I can't do this on Schism sometimes, but just run the odds. It's a game of large numbers, do you know what I mean? You'll get there most of the time. Then these 4 were really good against the against blowing out the back row decks. 2 Cosmic was also something we sided in for against the Scythe combo, because they again made it so we have like 8 real outs to the Scythe combo, which is nice. And then 3 Mystic Mine and a 3rd Dark Ruler. So the 3rd Dark Ruler doesn't really say, it's the same reason we main it for being a board breaker. Mystic Mine is weird in this deck because it gives us another out to the Scythe lock because we can get Scythed and just activate this. And if they don't play an out and they're playing like the 40 card PK deck, we can just deck them out. If we can break through the bird board with like a, like Ruler Talents or something and then some Engine, we can play this and deck them out as well. This is why I think it was important to main a Cosmic to respect this card, because a lot of decks are main decking this as well. But like the big game plan is against PK, against the 60 card PK deck and stuff like that, is they Scythe you, you mine them, and then on the following turn you make a Recital stand. So they've paid 2k with the Predaplant already. You boost the Rusty by 6 for the Recital, crash in, we both take 27. So they go to 33. And then on the following turn, we make another recital, boost the Rusty again and crash in again, and then it's game, right? That's basically the plan. And also being able to do stuff with Mystic Mine and Assemble to attack directly to make a Zeus in main phase 2. Really, really good to sort of like help you play through boards. And again, if they don't, a lot of times you can just activate this and your opponent will just scoop, so it's pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. It gets worse as people sort of learn about it because, or not learn about it because everybody knows what it does, but as people start to play it because of, you know, adding a Cosmic to the main, having more routes to it in general, knowing how to play around it with all the decks and stuff, because there's ways to do it. So yeah, so that's the list. For matchups, round 1 was Sword Soul, round 2 was Flunderies, round 3 was Sword Soul, round 4 was my boy J.O. Sharif, and I lost to him. He had droplets with the trap card for my Oath combo, so that was unfortunate. Then he got me with Scythe Appaloosa, Double Fogblade game 3, so what can you do? Didn't draw the Mystic Mine or whatever. Then round 5, I played against Andy. Shout out to Andy for driving me to the event. Also playing PK, and Mystic Mine got me there in that game because I managed to sort of managed to stall out the game with some like damage and stuff like that. Round 6 was Eldritch. Round 7 was Invoke Shadow. Finished 6-1, just lost to JY. And yeah, so shouts to Andy for driving me, obviously. Shout out to JY for always being a good friend, being a boy. Shout out to Pooley for being my secret date. I'm probably missing some shouts. Oh yeah, shout out to WAF and Keishan and stuff like that for testing, and Theory and that as always. Yeah, cheers guys. That's all it is.